So go watch that video. I think the yipping the dog was doing was just kind of like what some dogs do when they're trying to like scare an animal or whatnot, because they're not actually hurt. The dog didn't appear hurt. I don't know. There's not much more context to this video, but as we have more forest fires, as we have more natural disasters, animals that stay pretty much in the wild are going to get closer. I live in a fairly urban area, and I've seen foxes where I'm at, and people have reported seeing bears. And I live in a fairly urban area. Like I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Yes, we have mountains, but I am about 15 minutes away from those. While that doesn't sound like much, that's by car, and for an animal to traverse that would take a little bit longer with all the traffic and stuff. But we're seeing more animals in the city, and a lot of cities are. Um, this property looks like something in New Mexico. I haven't been there in years, but I don't know where it's at. I'm just saying it looks like many places I've seen in Mexico with like fences that aren't exceptionally tall, but it really doesn't matter. Deer can hop an 8-foot fence easily if you didn't know that, and most animals can climb pretty good. Um, you need to make sure to keep your pets indoors overnight. Don't let them sleep outside, um, because they're no match for wild animals, right? Your dog that you think is tough, yeah, it's nothing compared to an actual wild animal that's had to fight for survival. Your dog's closest fighting for survival is maybe fighting for a seat on the couch, not having to fight a wild animal because the other animal is scared or hungry. Also, this is another reason not to keep water outside overnight. Besides bugs, you don't want wild animals getting into the water or food that your dog eats and drinks from. Your animals can get sick. So I know we love our pets. I know a lot of people think their animals are tough. They're not as tough as you think they are. And I hate that we see so many videos trending showing like a little dog fighting off a coyote those are isolated cases. They're very isolated. That is not every case. For every case like that, where, a small dog has fought off or a cat has fought off a bigger animal, there are tens of hundreds of more cases where that dog is now no longer alive because it did not have the fight. It may have the noise, but it didn't have the fight. So please be careful with your pets. And if you notice that there's animals in the area, here not too long in Colorado, in one of the kind of mountainous towns where people are used to this, people were so surprised because a mountain lion was killing their dogs. It was happening because it needed food or it felt threatened. Like, your small dogs are no match for it. So please be careful and please be aware and make sure to keep an eye out, for the news to see what animals in your area. If you've had a forest fire in your area recently or near you, make sure to be extra careful because a lot of those animals that had homes there, they're going to start moving where they can to get food and to do what they can to survive. And they don't care about your house being there, that you had pets first. They really don't care. And your dog is going to be noisy, but not really help. So anyway, what are your experience with this, guys? What areas have you seen where you've seen an uptick in wildlife that wasn't there before? And have you had any problems like this?